It's Your Choice, a game of impulse control. Begin with a handful of treats. Let the dog nibble and sniff your hand until he decides that that doesn't work to open your hand. With some experience, he realizes when he takes his head away from your hand, you open your hand, and he has a chance at getting the treats. When he backs away, open your hand slowly and begin to give him a treat. He'll back away from your hand, open your hand, and let him see the food. Of course, he'll dive for the available treat. Immediately close your hand and repeat until he stays back from your hand. Reach over with your other hand and slowly deliver a treat to his mouth. If he tries to help you, get the food to him faster by leaning in. Put the food back in your hand and close. What a good boy. Even young puppies can do this game. It teaches them impulse control at a very young age. To put the food on the floor, you do the same as you did with your hand with the food in it. You just put your hand over the food as the puppy goes for it. Keep your hand close by so you can rescue the food if the puppy goes for it again. When standing up, keep your foot close by so you can put your foot over the food that you've dropped from a standing position. Now put your puppy on a leash. Throw some food out in front and walk near the food. If the puppy lunges for it, just reach down close to his collar and walk him backwards. We call that penalty walking. Reward for just 1 or 2 steps. Don't expect the puppy to walk over the food or really close by the first few times. You'll notice the puppy sometimes can't seem to move. I encouraged him to walk just a little bit, and once he took a step or two, I rewarded him. Here I am giving him a little penalty walk because he made the leash tight as he lunged for the food. Here is a dog that's more advanced. To keep her attention, just walk her over the food and reward her frequently. As they get better, they can walk right over the food. Now we can do crate games. Place a piece of food on the floor and ask your dog to come out of the crate. Keep your foot close by to cover the food, or have a friend sit right next to the food so they can put their hand over it. The dog understands the game perfectly. Move it closer and closer as the dog has to walk right over it, getting in and out of his crate. You'll notice the dog making choices every time she goes in or out of the crate over the food. That's what you want. You want good choices. Now we can practice with an open container of food. Just put your hand over the food if the puppy starts to go for it. Move it closer. Wait for the decision. Wait for the choice that the puppy makes. When they make the correct one, reward. As the dog gets really good, you can have them do their tricks, walk around open containers of food, and then you can use that food to reward the dog. They learn not to take the food out of the container. They can do all their tricks. Get them as close to the food as you can to bump this up a notch. From time to time, you'll see this dog check out or look over at the bowls, but she makes the right decision and continues to listen to her mom. This dog's been playing games like this since she was 12 weeks old. Her mom always trains her with an open container of food. You can see she understands perfectly well where her food's going to come from. What a good girl. You can really bump it up by starting with some kibble and drop one piece on top of a dog's head. Let it bounce off their back and reward them for showing some control. Throw it at them. Really bump it up. And here's the famous leave it game where you put treats on a dog's paw. Notice there is no yelling at the dog, no, no, leave it, leave it, leave it. These dogs understand. You just don't take anything until mom says get it or she hands it to you. What good dogs. You can really mix it up, dropping the food, putting it on their paws, and even have young children put it on their paws, and they understand. Don't take the food.